supposed to do. The more we start keeping the laws and more we start coming back to God's commandments, we take bricks out of this kingdom. The foundation of it is built off of all of our sins. Right. The more we stop sinning, the more it begins to fall. Right. The more it begins to crumble. But the more sins we do, the more stronger we make their foundation. Right. So we got to come back to doing what God says do. So now how is our basket and our stores are cursed? Because look, in our neighborhoods, we don't even own the stores that are there. Right. We don't own these stores. This store right here that we have, we don't own it. Before we can own it, they would send us through so many loops, so much paperwork. They have us drowned in fees and everything to the point where, you know what, it'll discourage us from even wanting to open up a store. Right. So the stores that we do have, 9 out of 10 times we don't support each other, so they don't even last long. Right. Read on.
Verse 18, cursed shall be the fruit of thy body.
So when it says cursed shall be the fruit of our body, our children are growing up cursed. How are they growing up cursed? They're not even growing up with the mindset of being married. They're growing up with the mindset our women want to be called thoughts. Our men, they're being called baby daddies. Right. The women being called baby mamas. Our women dress half naked. Why is this? Because we're cursed people. This right here is what we was taught to do. We are accustomed to doing this right here. Why? Because we don't know anything else, because we don't know God's laws. You know what I'm saying? So here it is. That's us being this cursed people. Right. Jump to verse 45.
Verse 45. Moreover, all these curses shall come upon thee and shall pursue thee.
So these curses that the Lord said they was going to come over us and they was going to pursue us to the point that we wouldn't even see it. We're destroyed people, mentally and physically. Read.
And overtake thee till thou be destroyed.
Now what we see in the remnant of a destroyed people. We're seeing a remnant of destroyed people. What do? Our brothers at one point, if somebody step on their foot, they're ready to kill each other. For what? This is hatred that we are taught to hate having for each other. But we got to wake up and we got to realize who we are. These are the curses that are on the children of Israel. Read.
Because thou hearkenest not unto the voice of the Lord thy God.
So because we choose not to follow God's laws, his statutes, and his commandments, these curses are on us and they're overtaking us. They're destroying our families to the point that we're separated. A man is it's not even normal for a man to be found in the house anymore. Where before the 60s, it was common to see a husband and a wife. Right. Now it's uncommon to see a husband and a wife. Right. Why? That's us cursed in the city. That's us cursed in the field. That's the curses of Deuteronomy that are on us, that is running rampant on us to show you who we are according to God. Read.
Because thou hearkenest not unto the voice of the Lord thy God.
So because we don't listen to God, the only place you're going to be able to listen to God is right here in the Bible. Right. This is the voice of God for today. Right. Read.
To keep his commandments.
So we must keep God's commandments, meaning we got to keep the Sabbath days. We got to keep the high holy days. Right now we're in the midst of the closing of the Passover. These are high holy days that God ordained for us to keep. Yes, not for us to be out here just doing what everybody else doing Easter, doing St. Patrick's, doing Valentine's, doing Christmas. Right. Them ain't the days God ordained for us to do. Right. So that's a part of the curses that are on us because we choose not to follow God's laws. Read.
And his statutes, which he commanded thee. Verse 46, and they shall be upon thee for a sign.
So it says that they're going to be upon us for a sign. So how do I know that this is an Exxon station? Because the sign says Exxon. So just like that sign says Exxon, these curses are on us to show us that we're the children of Israel. It's showing us that we're the cursed people, that we're the children of God. We're the ones that are going through affliction and oppression. Why? Because we're God's chosen people and we choose to go against his laws. Read on.
And for a wonder.
Now we wonder why we go through the stuff that we go through. Now we got the answers in the Bible. Now we have the answers to why we go through what we go through. It's no longer a mystery. The Lord has put the Spirit on our prophets, and we're back to teach our people, to show them the way, to wake our people up. Read.
And upon thy seed forever.
Even our children going through the curses. Look at the education system. Here it is in our education system. They call it critical race theory. How come it's called critical race theory when it was our history? Right. Now it's a shame for us to teach our children about how we came over here to America. Right. How you doing, sis? You got a minute? You got a minute? Come here real quick. Come here real quick. We'll show you a little something about our history, okay? So if I want to ask you a question. What would you call your nationality? Huh? American. You know where the name American came from? There was a white guy named Amerigo Vespucci. He put his name on the continent of America, and he called it that. Then they put them names on us. But that's not the name that God called us. We were called the children of Israel, but we forgot who we was because they did crafty counsel against us. Come and look at the sign right here real quick. What would you call your father? He would be called the so-called African American or American black. You're actually from the tribe of Judah.
Right.
All of these are the names of your brothers and sisters. These are the names you're going to find in the Bible. These are the names they changed all of us to, so that we don't know who we are and we don't connect the dots to who we're supposed to be.
Right.
That's why they pit us against each other, because we don't even know each other.
Right.
If you see how simple this is, once you learn this sign right here, did anybody give you a flyer? Somebody give her a flyer. And on the back of that flyer, it's got the same information on there. So what we're doing is we're going to show you in the Bible how this lines up to us being who we are. Give me Deuteronomy 28 and 15. I'm going to show you something real quick. Go to 28 and 1 first. Watch this.
This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28 and verse 1. And it shall come to pass.
It says, it shall come to pass. So it's going to tell you about something that's going to be on us that we're going to recognize who we are if we do what God said. Read.
If thou shalt hearken diligently unto the voice of the Lord thy God.
So it says that if we would listen to the voice of God. Now, how are we going to listen to the voice of God? Where would you say that? Huh? Prayer? Well, praying is a part of it. But where's, okay, before you learn how to pray, where are you going to get the words to pray from? Your parents, where they going to get the words from? Huh? Or where the pastor's supposed to get the words from? So, but if God is not here physically, where is he supposed to get them from? Hold that. Go to Malachi chapter 2 and verse 7. I'm going to show you what the pastor's supposed to be doing. Because if he's not doing this, and everybody just going by word of mouth, that's why we got lost in the translation. So now we're going to connect the dots to show you what he's supposed to be teaching. So then whenever you have your children, you know what to be teaching them, and you have a source of teaching information. Okay? Malachi 2 and 7.
This is the book of Malachi, chapter 2 and verse 7. For the priest's lips should keep knowledge.
So the priest that will be a preacher or a pastor, he's supposed to keep knowledge. And that's what's saying what kind of knowledge he's supposed to keep. Read.
And they should seek the law at his mouth.
Now it says that they're supposed to seek the law at his mouth. So where is he going to get the law to bring out of his mouth from? Where is he going to get that from? There's got to be a source. Let me show you where the source at. The Bible.
That's right.
If the pastor is not teaching the Bible, what is he really teaching? He's teaching word of mouth. He's teaching a regurgitated statement. So that's how we so easily forget who we are. They put the crafty counsel in place, and we forgot who we are. Read it from the top and read through.
Malachi chapter 2 and verse 7. For the priest's lips should keep knowledge, and they should seek the law at his mouth. For he is the messenger of the Lord of hosts.
So a messenger is supposed to have a place to get the message from. Right. The Bible is where we get the message from. Right. So now by us reading this Bible, we begin to understand, okay, what happened to the children of Israel? How is it that we don't know who we are anymore? Go to Psalms 83. Because the Bible got everything. It says that some people was going to do some things and put some things in place so that we don't know who we are today. Right. Did this not happen to us? This right here is us, our ancestors. Right. This is how they packed us up on them slave ships. All this right here happened to the children of Israel. Right. But everybody else want to be us, but they don't want the oppression that we go through. Right. They don't want the affliction that we go through. But yet, they want to say that they are us. Right. Because remember when Kanye came out and said that the Jews was black? Kyrie Irving, he just posted a movie. Right. I mean, they went crazy. Why is it that, okay, if you just say you're Muslim, nobody say nothing. Right. You can call yourself a Christian, they ain't gonna say nothing. Right. But just as soon as you say that you're a Jew and the Jews are black, they got a problem with you. It's almost like somebody dropped bombs everywhere. Right. I'm gonna show you why. It's a crafty counsel that they did. Read that.
This is the book of Psalms, chapter 83 and verse 2. For lo, thine enemies make a tumult.
It says thine enemies make a tumult. So if your enemy's gonna make a tumult, do you know what a tumult is? That's an angry gathering. So do you think it was an easy thing when they grabbed us up and put us in slavery? No, that was an angry gathering when they came and got us up.
Right.
Read on.
And they that hate thee have lifted up the head.
So you see how they hate us. Just like we just saw where it was a week or two ago, where we had a brother up in Chicago got shot, and they put 96 rounds of ammunition in this man.
Right.
96 rounds. Why? This only happens to us because we're not keeping God's laws. So therefore, we're going through the afflictions that the Bible said was going to fall on the children of Israel. Who else is getting shot down in the streets? I don't see white people getting shot down in the streets. I don't see Chinese people get shot down the streets, but the children of Israel are falling in the streets.
Right.
Read.
They have taken crafty counsel against thy people.
So when it says that they took the crafty counsel, you know one of the crafty counsel that they did to us? They'll tell you as a sister, they'll tell you, okay, have your baby, we'll put you in this apartment, and we'll pay your bill, but you can't have a man in there.
Right.
That's some crafty counsel.
Right.
So do you know before the 60s, it was common for a child to see a father and a mother in the house.
Right.
After that, they made sure, look, we got to keep them separated. You know why? Because one thing that they understand about us, when we come together, we do everything better.
Right.
You cannot stop us when we're together. But they got to keep us divided so they can keep us conquered, so they can keep us separated, so they can keep their policies on top of us, and they keep us keeping this world going. Because they always told us to go back to Africa, but they never told us where to go back to, right? Because they know just as soon as we know where to go back to, we out of here. Then who gonna be here doing this work? They ain't gonna work. Read that.
They have taken crafty counsel against thy people and consulted against thy hidden ones.
So now it says that they consulted against thy hidden ones. So how are we hidden?
Shalom, Israel. This is Bishop Nathaniel. I want you to know that you can view all our Sabbath classes live on Iuic TV. That's right, I said on Iuic TV. Download the app today. Shalom.
My familia is the 12.
If you don't mind me asking, what is your last name? Williams? Yep, Williams Plantation. You have the Robinson Plantation. You have the Johnson Plantation. Those names that we all wear today are the names of our former slave masters.
Right.
So now, if we're wearing the names of our slave masters, what was our name before our slave master put his name on us?
Break it out.
We were known as the children of Israel.
Right.
Now, you know why they took that name from us? Because that's a powerful name.
Right.
That name is not just a regular name. Hold that. Give me Genesis chapter 32. I know I got you holding a lot. Give me Genesis chapter 32 and 28. Because I'm going to show you, this name ain't the name Israel, it ain't no regular name. And they say that, oh, they returning back to Israel. Yeah, we're returning back to Israel, but one thing you got to remember, we was a people before there was ever a place.
Right.
So we're returning back to the name of Israel. And we're doing what Israel's supposed to do, keep these laws, teach these laws, and give it to our people so we can straighten up our community, so we can straighten up our lives, so we can straighten up our families, so we can build ourselves and come back together.
Teacher.
Read.
This is the book of Genesis, chapter 32 and verse 28.
Read.
And he said, thy name shall be no more Jacob.
So it says that our name, our forefather, his name was Jacob. It goes like from Abraham to Isaac, Isaac, Jacob. And then now it's talking about how Jacob's name got changed to Israel. Read it from the top.
And he said, thy name shall be no more Jacob, but Israel. For a prince has thou power with God.
That's why they took that name away from us.
Right.
That means a prince or a princess that has power with God.
Right.
We are the only ones that have the power with God.
Right.
And they know that. That's why they got to keep us in sin.
Right.
See, they know that if we stay in sin, this is their heaven. This is our hell. Nothing really good come to us over here. And if it is, it's short-lived. It's so short you don't even remember it because you know what we got coming back up? We got oppression coming back.
Right.
Just as soon as we get happy for a little bit, they put a little bit of money in our pockets. What do they do next? They got a bill for us. They got a fee for you.
Right.
Just as quick as you get paid. Let me show you how they do it. They pay you on Friday. They start advertising on by Wednesday. Oh, it's going down to club such and such, such and such. Here it is. We're going through all the BS and what they got us going through in the jobs, right? So now, just as soon as we get paid on Friday, the first thing we think about we got to do, okay, we got to pay the bills. Once we pay the bills, now I be like, I got to do something for myself. I got to get something out of this. Gosh,
right.
I done did all this work for them now.
Right.
I need to get something so I can feel good about what I've done. So now they say, okay, we got to go down to club such and such. Now you go to club such and such, and what happens at club such and such? A lot of our people die on Friday nights.
Right.
Why? Because the Sabbath began at sundown Friday night to sundown Saturday night.
Right.
You're supposed to be in church on Saturday, not Sunday.
Right.
Sunday is the first day of the week, and they know that. That goes back to that crafty counsel. They know that if they keep us in sin, they win. They keep us in sin, they win, we lose. Go back to Deuteronomy. Go back to Psalms 83.
book of Psalms, chapter 83 and verse 4. They have said, come and let us cut them off from being a nation.
Read on.
That the name of Israel may be no more in remembrance.
It says, let us cut them off so that we'll be a nation no more, so that the name of Israel is no longer in your memory.
Right.
Until you just learned this right now, you didn't know that you was Israel.
Right.
You are Israel. Now I'm going to show you one of the requirements. Now if I show you a law, I can show you 2 laws right now real quick that you can change. You can change whenever you go home or whatever. But it'll be a process. It's going to be a process for you. I'm going to show you the one. Our daughters are supposed to dress modestly. That's what God said. How many times have you ever seen a princess that wore shorts? None. But every movie the princess has what on? A lovely dress. I'm going to show you that's a law in God. And they knew that. That's why, just like there was an article I read today where there's a big controversy. What's her name? Simone Biles, the little Olympic dance, she does the gymnastics or whatever. They redesigned the leotard. Now that I made the thing so skimpy that it's revealing. It's almost like she got on one of them lingerie outfits that be at that strippers wear at the strip club. That's what they done reduced it down to right now. Now it's like they're saying that they're revealing too much. Well, they've been revealing too much.
Right.
They've been revealing too much. Deuteronomy 22 and 5.
This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 22 and verse 5. The woman shall not wear that which pertaineth to me.
Well, actually, it's pants. You know why? Pants were made for a man. Right. Now, women, our sisters ain't start wearing pants until back in the 1930s and 40s when a white woman named Amelia Bloomer, she made pants, and then she put them on our lovely black sisters, our lovely Latino sisters, our lovely Native American sisters. So she got them to get their lovely dress on and put the pants on. Okay? So now she got us to change the order of God. Read.
Neither shall a man put on a woman's garment.
Now what would a woman's going to be that a man would put on? What are they trying to get our brothers to wear right now? Right. So you see the crafty counsel that they're doing against our people. Until it's brought out and we can relate it to the scriptures to show you that God already had this written about what he was going to do to us, that's why we got to come back and we got to gather ourselves and we got to be the people of God, because right now nobody desires who we are. Right. Nobody don't care who we are. We are the children of Israel. We're the greatest people on this planet. Right. And they got us with a mentality of us trying to be equal to everybody. God never said that we was equal to everybody. Go to Deuteronomy. Yeah, you got it? Read the rest of that.
For all that do so are an abomination unto the Lord thy God.
So whenever he got our sisters wearing the pants, whenever he got our men wearing the dresses, that's an abomination to God. That's something that God hates. Because our sisters supposed to be looking lovely in their dresses. Our brothers supposed to be looking manly in their pants. But they do the reverse thing so they can keep us in sin, because the longer they keep us in sin, the longer they keep this kingdom going. Right. I'm going to give you an analogy of how we're supposed to do it. The more we start keeping the laws and more we start coming back to God's commandments, we take bricks out of this kingdom. The foundation of it is built off of all of our sins. Right. The more we stop sinning, the more it begins to fall. Right. The more it begins to crumble. But the more sins we do, the more stronger we make their foundation. Right. So we got to come back to doing what God say do. Right. When we do that, we'll understand who we are, because we're not supposed to be equal to nobody. They taught us to be equal. They'll teach your little princess right there to be equal to everybody. God loves everybody. John 3:16. No, that is not the true meaning of it. They took that and they ran with it, because when you read up in the same chapter, it tells you who he's talking to and who they're talking about. If you and me talking about our family, how is it that a white dude is included in that family reunion? He's not. But that's why it's blessed are we if we read. Because they don't want us to read. That's why when you go to church, you rarely have the Bible open. Right. You know what he's mostly doing? He's telling you a beautiful, lovely song for you to hear. Right. You ain't really in your Bible. He ain't really explaining what the Bible really means. Right. Give me that Deuteronomy 7:6.
This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 7 and verse 6. For thou art an holy people unto the Lord thy God.
They know that we're a holy people to God. We're not like nobody else. Anything that we do, we're the best at it. Why? Because we're God's people. We're God's people. We're the best at anything. You can put us in any sport. Tennis, we did that. What else? Basketball, football. Heck, it ain't gonna be long, we'll be taking over hockey. Soccer, we got all the sports. If you took the children of Israel out of everything that they entertain themselves from, including the music industry, what would they have? We are the salt of the earth.
Right.
Everything is bland without us. It has no flavor.
Right.
We have flavor when we walk in a room.
Right.
Read that from the top.
For thou art an holy people unto the Lord thy God. The Lord thy God has chosen thee to be a special people unto himself. Above,
Equal to.
above,
Those are your friends.
above all people that are upon the face of the earth.
God said that we're a special people above all people on the place of the earth.
Wake 'em up.
That's the blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. We are the children of Israel.
What is a nation? Nation is family. Nation is community. Nation is men leading by example. Nation is women's support. Nation is children with role models.